Man, how bad can it be? How bad can it be when a motorcycle club president doesn't really know motorcycle club protocol? I mean, is that a requirement? How much protocol do you have to know? Is it a real thing? And if it's not a real thing, um, why even make any noise about it? Today on Black Dragon Biker TV, the motorcycle club president doesn't know motorcycle club protocols. The name of this show. How bad can it really be? How bad can it really get when the president of a motorcycle club or a riding club doesn't know MC protocol? Today we are taking a closer look at the fallout of clueless leadership inside clubs, especially when someone holds the highest rank but has the lowest understanding of the traditions, etiquette, and structure that keep the motorcycle club community running with respect. This episode dives into the reasons behind several of Black Dragon's viral short videos that have called out the shortcomings of uneducated MC presidents and why it's not just embarrassing, it's dangerous. It's a dangerous path for the club, the patch, and the set overall. We'll break down one, how bad leadership disrupts unity and endangers your brothers. Two, the difference between wearing a title and earning respect. Three, why MC protocol is protection, not punishment. And what should happen when the president needs to be pulled aside and educated or replaced. So please join myself, Lavish T. Williams, and Dr. Logic as we say what needs to be said. If you're going to lead, learn the culture. If you don't know it, step back or try to find some way to get yourself schooled, get yourself some kind of education. Listen, if this subject is going to be important to you, please hang out with us for a minute and 7 seconds through our introduction, and please share this to folks that you think might need to learn from it. So what happens when the MC president doesn't know MC protocol? We'll look at that right after this.
Black Dragon Biker News. He's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Get yourself educated by his books and you'll learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe and get updated Biker News with MC protocol. A lot of phonies popped up when this YouTube Biker News craze came about, but the man on this channel is the first to do it and the only one that never sold out. His name's Black Dragon. Started in the idiot hit the ski, repping Uncle Sam. They traded that uniform for the best from the mighty Black Sabbath. Not the band, I'm talking about the mighty Black Sabbath. MC, where he paid his dues and he earned his stripes. From prospect all the way up to national peace. All the copycat creators and the content stealers and haters, there have been many, but there's only one larger than life. Black Biker with a cowboy hat that knows kung fu and says kicks Kenny. Black Dragon Biker News. He's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Get yourself educated by his books and you'll learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe and get updated Biker News with MC protocol.
Well, alrighty then. Alrighty then. What's up, y'all? What is up? It's your boy Black Dragon, man, and it's so cool to have my co-host aboard. I would like to introduce to you, first of all, running for District 2, candidate for the office of Police Commissioner. This is so cool. I'm the only show that has that. Mr. Lavish T. Williams.
Right. What's happening?
What's up?
Man, I
Commissioner?
can't call it. Slow motion, man. Just out here doing what I normally do, man. Out here trucking, towing like a pro.
We're the only show that has our own candidate for police commissioner. I mean, that must say something about us, something incredible. Also, I would like to bring to the stage our very own, we're our show with our very own doctor. We got our own doctor. Silence.
Yeah, I see.
Logic. Your own Dr. Logic. What's up, man? How are you, sir?
What's going on?
We are humbled by your great presence.
Man, I need some hype music. Hype music. I'm gonna bring you some my music.
Oh, we can do the holiness music that you paid for. I was gonna buy that. That subscription.
No.
Oh my God, that subscription is a lot.
No, you don't understand. You don't understand. I have my own music because my family has their own music publishing out there in Brooklyn. So,
oh, really?
So I don't have to fight anybody else's music. We play our own music.
This is me.
Across different countries.
No biting there.
I can play some gospel, hip hop or anything, but I have my own music. I can get my own music.
I have people around the world that write music for me. So there.
You have somebody write music for you. Well, you got your own song. See, that's different. I'm just talking about regular music.
Hey, man. Good morning. Hey, good morning. It's good to see you out there, Lavish, man. I'm always so thankful for both of you all in my life. Two very strong brothers and two very strong men. One a man of God, another one down for the streets. Myself somewhere in the middle.
Down for the streets. I must be lavish.
No, I was talking about you.
Oh, okay. I'm down for the treats too. Yeah.
And I'm just very good. The petition is at 1,500. Is this the petition that we're showing the other day?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's for the chosen few brothers. Oh, that's really cool. Try to see if I still have that petition up here. Good, man. And we'll touch on that again as soon as I find the petition. I don't think I took it down. So, bro,
we got an interesting topic.
Cool stuff this morning. So let's just jump right into it as we saw. And Lavish, our Logic man, Dr. Logic, everybody, I want y'all to know Logic is the one writing this stuff for the show, these scripts and stuff. And this is really excellent work, man. So thank you so much for getting on that so fast this morning. So we're going to take a look at today we're taking a closer look at the fallout of clueless leadership inside clubs, specifically when someone holds the highest rank but has the lowest understanding and traditions and etiquette. So let's just talk about that. And have you seen this ever before, Lavish, where a leader in a motorcycle club doesn't really quite have a grasp on the protocols of the set and really doesn't know how that operates? And how can a person like that get into leadership? Anyone want to take that? And you guys, if y'all are out there and y'all want to add to this or ask questions or even call in, let me flash the call-in number on the bottom. So we'll spend a few minutes at this morning. As I give my thoughts, I want to get some of you guys' thoughts. So that's the question. How does a person even get into office? Is it possible to get into office as a president and not know what the hell you're doing?
Yeah, somebody gotta fill that seat, man. I see it, man, when it comes down to a club that done screwed up, or they done screwed their members, and members start leaving, and then they start accepting anybody, or people start leaving, and members that's left, they're not even really qualified, but they gotta fill in them spots. So then they put somebody, the next longest running idiot in the office that has no clue of what's going on. So he's just holding the seat to keep their charter around or keep their club still somewhat relevant, even though they being laughed at throughout town or city, man. I done seen it. Happen. Not in my club, but I done seen it happen in other clubs.
Well, what about you, Logic?
Oh, definitely. And I've seen it happen. And the reason why I believe it happens is because it could be the same thing what Lavish said, but also favoritism. People will put move people up in rank or position just because that's the favorite person, or family organization. Well, he's the eldest of the family, so put them over everything and have no clue on what they're doing.
So I have seen it in my own club, and it really happened with the loss of a president. We had a president called Big Meech, and he got drunk one day and really showed he made a major mistake. He went and tried to attack a one percenter of another club. Fist to fist, gonna go fight the guy. And I said to him, I said, bro, if you're the national president and you go try to beat up a president of a 1% motorcycle club, the issue is going to be the entire club has an issue. Not just you have an issue. So that's some dumb shit you cannot do. And so he thought, okay, well, what I'll do is I'll announce on Facebook I'm not the national president anymore. Then I'll go do it. I said, so yeah, you do all that all in the same hour. It doesn't work. If you want to go to war, you have a requirement to sit a war council down, because that's just what you'll be doing. But you don't know MC protocol. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. So that's just what you're going to be doing. You go attack those guys, and it'll be just like somebody in San Diego went and attacked those guys. You have a bigger responsibility because you are in charge of guys, and everything you do, you're wearing the national P on your chest. So he goes and does his dumb shit anyway. And thank goodness to the folks that were fortunately all those guys actually grew up together and knew each other. So it didn't have as negative an impact. The impact was quite severe. I mean, the club had a year-long suspension from the council, and all kinds of other crap popped off because of this whole issue of the leader not knowing what he was doing, trying to shortcut the system, and not listening to anybody. And this can happen. I mean, he got his whole chapter shut down for a year. It was either that or a shooting war. This is what the idiot got us into. Well, immediately upon stepping down, then the next guy that came in was his brother, a guy named Ride or Die, and you saw his failure on one thing after another, where his whole club is sitting on YouTube, making the entire 55-year-old nation look like idiots, just from a guy. I got to see the devolvation. Devolvation, is that a word? I got to see it collapse. Collapse. Thank you. I got to see the whole thing collapse in front of my eyes. People had spent entire lifetimes building a motorcycle club only. And so how did the second leader get in charge? How did we eventually get somebody who just didn't know anything about MC protocol at all whatsoever? It was kind of like Lavish said. One guy dropped, one guy dropped, and so the next guy that was left. So I've seen this happen before. A founder will get mad and quit, or die, or move on, or this guy will get voted out because everybody's mad at him, or somebody stole from the club or whatever. And the collapse leaves not the best person for the job, but rather the only person left. I've seen it happen in many motorcycle clubs where the guy who finally becomes the leader is a guy that just lasted. He was never a leader, never led in any way whatsoever, was always just a guy there to be counted. And as the club eroded or died down or whatever the case may be. He was just the last guy left.
Well, I have a problem with that because with all the information, with all the bikers out here, all these self-proclaimed great bikers out here that are in motorcycle clubs, not just regular bikers, that talk about protocol, we talk about this. Where is the education besides your books? Where is the education within the club? Because I would think, and y'all help me, because I've never been in an MC. I would think that if there is already a structure there, you never know what's going to happen at the top. There's already a structure there. Every other member should know protocol. Shouldn't there be a quote unquote class within the MC to teach everyone that doesn't know protocol, proper protocol? So in the event anybody can rise up, that's poor leadership.
Clubs that have their shit together started at the prospect level. You're assigned a sponsor, and that sponsor works on you. And by the time you get that patch, in hardcore clubs, you don't get a patch for a year or two or maybe even 3. Certainly 9 months at the very least would you get a patch, unless you were like Jake Sawyer, who was a Hell's Angel who got shot his first day as a prospect. And then he became a leader. That he became a member the next day. But except for something like that, you are taught from the very beginning. And then other clubs will have classes in leadership in MC protocol, especially 99% clubs and family clubs. These are the folks that these are the folks that are around that are most affected by the protocols that are come up with by others, like coalitions, councils, 1%ers, and outlaw clubs. So they're the ones that are most directly affected by it, and those are the ones that should know it the strongest. I got some really cool comments here. Let me go to them. Let me go to my starred comment section. So first of all, Sprite said, "I've definitely seen it. It's dangerous and can be destructive. Sometimes it's who you know, not what you know, unfortunately." I wanted to say that because part of MC protocol is relationship building. And if you're a president that has built no relationships, I can remember going to a meeting with a president, and the 1%ers at the meeting were like, "We don't even know you. We don't know you. We've never seen you. We don't know you. We don't know who you are. And here we are. The first time we see you is when we got a problem. When you've got a problem. If you don't have any relationships out there and you haven't built any, and it's very easy. It's very easy if you get a motorcycle club passed down to you. If you get a motorcycle club that other people have built up and you have just matriculated yourself to the top, but you haven't done anything. You haven't started any chapters. You haven't had to solve any problems, haven't had to solve any issues. You can get to the leadership spot thinking that you're something that you're not. And that is somebody that's accomplished enough, somebody that has a Rolodex, you don't have anything. You can backfill this stuff. You can backfill, but you can get there and not know what you're doing. A lot of people believe in presidents. They believe in presidents just because that's my president. Like people believe in preachers just because that's my preacher. You saying something, young man? They believe in presidents. They believe in them just because you wear the title. So you're going to get a lot of respect from some people just because you wear the title, and they expect you to know, and they don't know that you don't know. Hardwire says too many people don't understand that, BD. Everything you do in the club affects everyone else in the club. They don't understand it, and some people aren't willing to learn, and they're not willing to listen. And so when you have a leader that doesn't listen, when I'm sitting there telling the leader of the club as an OG, bro, you can't go punch the president of that 1% club in the mouth and or whoop his ass, even if you can whoop his ass. Right. If you do that, we're at war.
Right.
We're at war.
Wait, not you.
Because there's no I in MC. So you put us at war and somebody dies because you're mad because Somebody flirted with your wife, somebody stepped on your blue suede shoes, somebody tripped into your motorcycle, or whatever your issue is. You can't do that. You represent us all. You become, you got to be like a pope. The pope can't be seen with strippers in his lap. Not the pope. Unfortunately,
I hope not.
has to forego the strippers. The Pope cannot be seen. Can the Pope be seen with strippers in his lap?
No.
Somebody said, always gliding says money can put you in those positions too. A lot of times I will see people with big money manage to get themselves in positions that I've seen people buy clubs, buy the chapter, become the president. Position chasers kiss the right butt just to get the P seat and don't have the knowledge that it's happening sooner. Much now, this is probably happening more now. This is why the set is so watered down. Absolutely. And Hardwire 1%er says not enough clubs anymore teach proper protocols anymore. You're on your own, and the old schoolers learn you, hopefully the good way. So the problem that old schoolers, the old timers have, this is a problem that I began to develop, is that I just got tired of talking over and over and over again to listen. Talking to somebody who listens, absorbs, and makes a different decision is different than talking to somebody who won't listen and you're talking to a brick wall. If you listen to me and make a different decision, that's fine. If you considered the experience and what I said. But if I'm talking to a brick wall, I get to a point I stop talking. Do you talk to brick walls? I don't talk to brick walls. I mean, not often do I talk to brick walls if I can help it. So you stop trying. And that's where the guys, when you turn off your old schoolers and you brain drain the club, a lot of times I see another thing is brain drain in the club. Like if the old schooler has this big, huge personality, this big, huge persona, and people are listening to him more than the little bitty ego president, it's easy to push that guy out of the way. But now you don't have anybody that's talking to you that's been at that place anymore. Sprite said, have also often seen this with newly formed clubs where the person who started it doesn't know proper protocol, but they just want to ride. Unfortunately, and this is unfortunate, and I got a video coming out on this today. A small time, this guy wants to start a small riding club. And he's been calling me on the internet and stuff, calling me on Facebook, and I called him back. And I am just surprised at his lack of knowledge and his willingness to just make the shit up as he goes. And I told him, I said, dude, I wrote a whole book. And it's not just me. There's websites. There's a website out there that's been up since 2008. So almost 20 years now, this website's been up, called, if you type in, I want to start an MC, this website will come up. It's a website we showed the other day, Logic. It's a website where
that's what I read.
I read it 20 years ago. It helped me throughout my career. You got to get an education somewhere. You got to get an understanding. You got to get an education. You don't have to just buy Black Dragon's book. There are so many books out there. So much education, so many shows, so many folks doing this right now that you don't have an excuse anymore not to know what the hell you're doing. Chris Lee says, I can't believe people go into clubs not knowing how to be a member. I'm from a time where you had to know. I don't blame you for going into a club not knowing how to be a member, because how could you know if you don't come up in the culture some kind of way? But I do blame the club for not bringing you up to speed and not training you and not teaching you right. Motorgado says, I'm opening up a chapter in Fort Worth and we'll have everyone select the president. Once I get the request numbers, opening the chapter doesn't mean I'm suited to be the president. Well, at least you're going about it the right way. Justin Talbot, in my area, all the dum-dums treat the club scene like it's high school. It's run by jealousy and social exclusion just by name for some. Then there's bringing non-club related issues into the scene and using them as punishers. Yeah, Black Dragon, thank you for your gems of knowledge. I appreciate that. Thank you. So it is.
I got this thing that I put out. I did a video yesterday. and this is just me talking about leadership. And it's just so funny that you brought this topic today. In the club, when you select your leaders, especially your president, these are three things that I do in the church about leadership. You have to look at competence, chemistry, and character. If they don't have the competence to do the job, if they don't have the chemistry to work with each other, if they don't have the character that you can trust in them to understand, the competence is understanding protocol, then these people should not be leaders. They shouldn't be president, shouldn't be sergeant at arms, shouldn't be treasurer, shouldn't be secretary, shouldn't be the pro. They should just be regular members. If we think about that and these clubs start formulating educational classes, then you are to teach the next person, because you shouldn't be the president for the lifetime of that club, of that or that organization. People got to get back to doing that within their club.
There's two things people are going to think, they're going to find crazy that I say. One is I don't have a problem with lifetime presidents. If your club will elect you for a lifetime, you must be doing something right. Two is I don't have a problem with dictatorships. Sometimes it occurs to me that a person that knows what they're doing and is fair and is righteous might need to dictate over idiots that are going to get the club messed up. So some people shouldn't vote. Isn't that a horrible thing to say in a democracy? But uneducated people shouldn't
It
vote.
depends on how you operate your club. Since we're talking about MC clubs, it depends on how you operate your club. It depends on the respect level within your club. Then that comes back down to your prospecting. Like, I don't lord over the people that are under me. I don't do that. I empower the people that are up under me. Anybody can take my position and run with it because they know the vision of the club or the vision.
So you just said that. How could they possibly know the vision of the club?
You have to teach them when they come in as prospects.
So one of the things that we OGs have to practice is not getting pissed off, not shutting down, and continuing to teach.
Yes.
Even though the young idiot doesn't want to listen. Because there's no way that. So if I look at the leaders that came behind me, do I blame myself? Because I am absolutely partially to blame. I'm absolutely partially to blame for that. So it is definitely something to think about. So getting back to your script here, first thing, how does bad leadership disrupt unity and endanger your brothers? So do you have any, you wrote that, do you have an answer for that?
How does bad leadership endanger your brother? Because if
unity
you actually opened up with that. Because if I'm not leading correctly, let me just talk about our ministry, the MM. If I'm not leading correctly, I can have the members within the ministry go out and do something they don't know that we shouldn't be doing, and endanger their lives, endanger their family, and even endanger their intellect. Because you have someone walking around. If you get bad information and you speak that bad information, you're unknowingly lying. So if
maybe knowingly.
Well, maybe knowingly, but if I'm giving you bad information, or I just don't know, and you go out and do something, and you say, "Oh no, this," nah, man, who told you that? That's not true.
Well, what if you know that you don't know MC protocol? What if you know don't know your head from an ass in the ground? What if you know that you don't know what you're doing, but you still continue to issue out orders? Are you lying by accident?
Being selfish.
You're not lying by accident now. You're just being willfully unknowledgeable and willfully ignorant and willfully stupid, and you're lying willfully.
And you're selfish because you don't want to let go of that position.
Well, and what if you feel like you can't let go because the people around you are not as smart as even you are?
But okay, here it goes. Then in the MC world, you go talk to a big brother. You go talk to someone else. Hey man, I need help. I have no idea what I'm doing over here. but we got good brothers, we got good sisters, but I don't know what I'm doing. Can you help me?
Like
Now that's being humble.
Right.
If you can't humble yourself,
That,
go
that's
ahead.
that's get that knowledge from. You go ahead and you ask, hey man, I need you to school me a little bit more.
Exactly.
How can I be effective? What am I doing wrong? How can I improve? I really want to do this job. I really want to be the best at it, but I need a little bit of guidance because I'm struggling trying to figure it all out. It's thrown in my lap or whatever the case, however I got here. But help guide me, man, because you might have that old head guy. Hey, he will tell you the protocol. He will tell you the rules, the bylaws. He just doesn't want that seat, but he'll guide
Right.
you, navigate you. I've seen that. I had that happen with me as well.
Exactly. And it's kind of interesting. Uh, I saw a huge content creator the other day teaching sergeant at arms stuff,
Mhm.
and uh, it just sometimes it's the small stuff, because sometimes if you don't know MC protocol, you don't know it. You don't know it. Like at some point he kept saying sergeant of arms, sergeant of arms. I was the sergeant of arms. And you're teaching this stuff. So the proper term is sergeant at arms. It comes down to small stuff like that. And for you to say sergeant of arms means you don't even know the basics or the basis of where sergeant at arms comes from. The whole term, the whole anything, but you're out teaching people. So these kind of things are interesting to me. It goes to show that in leadership, you have to continually self-educate. How does bad leadership disrupt unity? It disrupts unity because you don't know how to build a unified front. All you have is fiefdoms and kingdoms and people fighting against each other. And some people do. They lead well with they lead well with chaos. They have a chaotic rule.
Mhm.
Everybody around them is infighting. That really insulates you and keeps you in the spot longer. But in chaos and lack of unity always devolves into a breakdown of the MC sooner or later. And it can endanger your brothers because you might try to do things, or you will try to do things that in the MC set, these things will get you hurt or certainly embarrassed. So I will give you a good example of bad leadership. And that was if you look at the Cossacks, the ugly man Cossacks, and the one percenter Cossacks. Now you had a national president who decided that he wanted to put out these orders against the one. So you had one club, they broke up into two. The national president decides he wants to attack this other club. And with his poor leadership, he devolved that club into just a nightmare where it wound up with him in prison for life, a former member murdered by his own club brothers, and all of the fallout that came from that. That's bad leadership. That's not knowing MC protocol. That's whatever, all those agendas that he had. The club was on the front page of every newspaper. We covered it forever. That's what bad leadership can do. It can disrupt your unity and endanger your brothers. What is the difference between wearing a title and earning respect? Which is the next thing on this list. Earning a title and earning respect. See, a title will get you respect until you can't hold that title anymore.
Or you can have respect that will lead you to earning the title. It can go both ways.
It can. Oftentimes, though, we see people who make it to a spot.
It is. I'm sorry. I said it out loud. I saw a comment in the chat, and I just said it out loud.
What was that?
K Wayne said respect is such a loaded word, and it is. It is because it encompasses a whole lot.
I think that for most people, respect is not loaded. For most people, they understand what respect is. It's when the politicians get a hold of the words that they change their meanings and things like that. But the difference between wearing a title and earning respect is very, very simple. You have you will have respect in your title when you learn the job responsibilities of that title, every single job responsibility, and you carry it out to its fullest, to its greatest impact on the club, and with competence and loyalty. If you don't learn that and you can't carry that out, eventually you won't have respect. All you'll have is a title. It doesn't matter how you get your title. It doesn't matter whether you get it from a coup or somebody died and left it, or you inherited it because you're the royalty of the family, or they voted you in. A lot of times when we talk about voting, voting is the best person that's most well liked, not necessarily at all the person who's best for the job or the person who has learned to respect or has the Rolodex or even the experience. Politics and running for office is a I like him the most thing. I like him, I like her the most. That's what running for office has turned out to be. Very seldom can you ever get is somebody so well suited that people
Scene one, Apple, take one.
that people
Scene one, Apple, take two.
Man, your thing just started clicking, man. What's going on? What's going on, man?
well in the wake of all this stuff going on
What is that?
one percenter motorcycle
That's not me.
my it just took over and just did that.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at my computer screens. I'm like, wait a minute, make sure I'm not replaying the show. We know it's not lavish.
I know I found it on a back screen. It just
okay.
just decided to take off and start an old show. So the difference between wearing a title and earning respect is you can fall into a title a whole bunch of different ways.
Mm-hmm.
You can get a title a whole bunch of different ways, but having the respect of that title is a completely different thing. Sometimes guys get mad at you. I'm the president. Whenever somebody has to lead with, "Do you know who I am?" No, obviously they don't. Because when you do know who somebody is, I'll give you a perfect example. There was a guy that was there was a guy that was relieving another guy of his position as national president. Now, he didn't have a uniform, and he was going out to the mother chapter to be seen. So he asked the former national president, "Can I wear your vest?" And the former national president said, "Well, why?" And he said, I don't have my thing, so I need my national president vest when I go out there." And that was a perfect indication to me that this guy did not understand the power and the respect of the position. He felt like he needed to wear the robes more than he needed to just have the power. So I said to the person, I said, if you land on the ground and you're walking and you're giving orders and people are jumping to those orders and making stuff happen, you don't have to wear that pat. Everyone will know who you are. They'll know you're the person in charge by what you're making happen. You don't need the accoutrements. See, this is the difference between respect and title. If you have the respect of the title, you can move forward and people will understand who you are by the things you make happen. If you have no respect and no authority and you don't know what you're doing, you're going to feel like you need to tell people, "Do you know who I am? Do you know what my name is? Do you know who I am?" And that's the difference between the two. One is the authority of the position and the authority you wield, and the other is, oh, nobody will know who I am if I haven't done anything. One of the biggest problems I've had from national presidents that followed me was, nobody knows who you are. Nobody knows who I am. They all think the club is you. Well, that's because you haven't got out there and done shit.
I
I want to add to that.
Don't get mad at me, huh?
Yes.
I know the logic behind that. I mean, that tends to happen in a lot of clubs when you a popular guy and you move around. If people surround you or around you, they don't like that shit. So then you get a lot of jealousy that comes with it just by you being yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, and you've seen some of that yourself. And oh, you're such and such. You've got a podcast, and all these people follow you, and blah blah blah. Well, my club came out and famously did what they did to me. It was like, he's got this huge following, bro. I didn't. That doesn't stop you from what you're doing. But if you would go do some shit, you're not doing nothing. You're
Right.
mad at me because I did something, but you could go do the same things, or better, or bigger, or more important, or just more important for the MC. The whole world doesn't have to know you. Just maybe the MC needs to know you.
Mm-hmm. Let me say this. This is going to be a caveat. Something you already said. When my first time before I got my second black belt in a different martial arts, my instructor said, because I skipped a belt, and he says, Turner, I could test you and at the black belt level, and I know you'll pass the test. He said, but that won't make you a black belt. He said, you got to take the time. And I looked at him, and that's just some wisdom. He said, I can test you. I can give you the test right now. You know the moves. He said, but that won't make you a black belt. He said,
because what is a black belt? A black belt is a sensei. A black belt is a teacher. A black belt is a practitioner of wisdom. It's a philosopher. There's a lot. And so when you're a 9-year-old black belt,
right,
are you those things? And what we see and what we saw in America when karate went to money, when karate started being run by money, like politics and everything else, and you got these families that are paying you, $65 a month or $150 a month per student. And so what are you going to say? You're going to take a 9-year-old and say he can't be a black belt until he's 18 because the parent is like, hey man, there's only 7 belts here. How long do I have to pay till we get to these belts? Like, I really thought that was an interesting thing that I saw in the martial arts world that started probably like in the 80s, about the mid 70s to 80s, when martial arts started getting really commercialized in America. You started seeing 8-year-olds walking around with black belts. And how the hell are you a black belt at 8 years old?
Hence, how are you? Everybody wants to have that tag president,
but
don't have
but 8 years old, you can damn sure, if you've been studying since you were 4, by the time you're 8, you can damn sure do all the moves and all the katas and all the technical difficulties. You are definitely technically a black belt in terms of your skill level. You can be a 9 or 10-year-old person absolutely skilled and know all the katas and everything that you're supposed to know.
Mm-hmm.
But are you what black belts were? And maybe you are a black belt to the other 8-year-olds. But to what? Yeah, I absolutely remember that night. That was a whole different lifetime ago for me. So why is MC protocol protection and not punishment? Why is following MC protocol protection and not punishment?
I don't know.
What?
Why is it punishment?
No, why is it a protection and not punishment?
Protection and not punishment. Yeah, I can't answer that one.
A lot of people look at protocol as like it's a punishment. A lot of people look at, I've heard so many times, man, forget protocol. Nobody follows protocol. Protocol. Nobody can tell me what to do and da da da. Well, you got the general protocol that covers all motorcyclists, all MCs. Then you have your bylaws within your organization. And if you're an individual that's mad at protocol, you probably individuals mad at your bylaws as well, and you're thinking that this is more of a punishment because they're making you do something that you really don't want to do. Then maybe you should stay independent.
Well, they're making you do something that you signed up to do.
Exactly.
When you sign up to be in a motorcycle club that's operating on the set, you signed up to follow the rules of the set local to you. We don't just come on here and do whatever the hell we want to do, and everybody get along. You don't get both. When I was in the Navy, they taught me quick, cheap, and high quality. You can't have all three. All right, you can have quick and cheap, okay, or you can have high quality and fast, but it's going to cost a lot of money. But it's not going to. You can have high quality and fast, but it's going to cost a lot of money. But you can't have high quality, fast, and cheap. It doesn't work. You don't get all three. So a lot of times, folks don't understand that you're not going to have peace and everybody getting along if everybody can do whatever the hell they want to do. So all societies are going to have rules. So if you're in a society of motorcycle clubs operating in a city, there's going to be certain rules. Like everybody can't throw a party on every day. They have a calendar and stuff like that. So it's
You see what it rolled up screen. Somebody said protocol is Vera. I can't pronounce your name wrong. Never heard it said out loud. Yeah, protocol is both protection and punishment. It could be, but I was more thinking on the mindset of people not wanting to follow protocol because they think it's nothing but punishment.
Well, I think that protocol comes with punishment, but following protocol protects everybody on the set. It puts everybody on whatever your level is, whatever your lane is, and if you hold that level and you hold that lane, then everyone gets along just fine. Everybody's moving on this in their lane. And it's just like a highway. If you got the 18-wheeler rolling in the left lane at 50, the whole traffic is effed up, and we see that every day. But if everybody was in their lane, doing like in Atlanta, there's you cannot drive an 18-wheeler through the center of town. You can't go down I-85 through the center of Atlanta. If you're in an 18-wheeler and you're not delivering in Atlanta, you have to take the loops around. This keeps traffic going, not really, but it's supposed to. So everything in a society has rules, and that's why protocol is protection. Protocol is not a punishment, because if it's followed, then everybody is protected. Everybody's treated fairly, and everybody has the same access based on their lane, and they're sitting in the hierarchy. So that's what.
And when you have a president that don't know anything from the theme of our the subject of our podcast, and when you have a president that don't know anything, they can put a lot of people in jeopardy, including themselves.
Right. They can, and they do. And I've seen it happen in my own club. Motogato, Black Dragon, what do you say about all the LEMCs then? I don't think there's one of them that's under the COC. And how many LEMCs do you hang out with? How many LEMCs are on come to your events? How many LEMCs are in your bike world? So I talk about protocol is of a society of people, and LEMCs are mostly in their own society. So they don't need to follow your COC because they ain't over there effing with y'all. They ain't with y'all. They don't hang out with y'all. They're not you hang out with more 1%er clubs than you do LEMCs, and you ain't no 1%er. But 1%ers are on our set. LEMCs, for the most part, are not. Yeah, I can't think of ever seeing an LEMC at any function in Atlanta that I've ever been to. If I've gone to LEMC things, it's just LEMCs. Like I went to the Blue Knights function. They got 16,000 members worldwide. They had thousands of members in their function, and not one of them Now, one of the people had a different patch on except for me. I was the only person with a different. I had a Black Sabbath patch on, and everybody else, all the thousands of people that were there, had Blue Knight patches on. They were just Blue Knights, hanging out with Blue Knights with 16,000 people. They didn't give a damn about y'all. So they're not under COC protocol because they ain't in the COC. So you see one of them put a state rocker on his back, he ain't going through the same thing you're going through. He wished the hell a 1%er would pull up on him with some bullshit so he can go get the biggest gang in the world on their ass.
You see, he said LEMC supports one another.
They do. I think they do.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is why I think
the LEMC, is that the same? I know it's law enforcement, but aren't there motorcycle clubs with firemen too? Do they all operate together?
Yeah, they have. So there are LEMCs and there are first responder MCs.
The firefighters are the axemen. The axemen got their own thing. I mean, at least in Detroit, in Michigan, you know, the axemen is full of firemen.
Yes.
Okay.
And there are several of those. The Axemen is only one of many firefighter associations. So you have LEMCs, and then you have firefighter MCs, you have first responder MCs, you have veterans MCs. We call these in my book, Motorcycle Club Protocol 101, we call those specialty MCs that are around some kind of specialty or a theme. Sprite says this again about MC protocol, about this question, why is protocol protection and not punishment? She said, because good and proper protocol will teach you how to behave on the set so you don't do things that will get you caught up or killed. It's definitely protection. The question was a head scratcher for me. So the final thing is, what should happen when the president needs to be pulled aside and educated or replaced? That was the final thing here this morning. And this is where we see so many problems. And I said in my one video, Prez ran away half the club. You can get a president that refuses to be corrected. And that's when you run into a president who can refuse it so highly and so much and so badly that he's willing to sacrifice anybody in the club that's trying to correct him or get him on an even plane. And some of these guys will destroy an entire motorcycle club just to be right, just not to be punished, just to elevate themselves above the bylaws. And that's where I point to you. That's where I point to you, citizens in a motorcycle club. The motorcycle club belongs to us all. When I went to go make the movie Biker Boys with director Reggie Rock Bythewood, there came a point where he had asked me to help him with certain aspects of the movie. And I said to the director, I said, man, I don't know shit about writing a script. I don't know anything about how movies work. I don't see how I could be able to help you. And he said to me, because he was a hell of a pep talk guy, he says to me, but you're a writer. And I said, yes, I am a writer. He goes, and you make videos. You make commercials. You got your own magazine. You write commercials. You write videos. You write stories. And you write books. So you're a writer. You're a writer like I'm a writer. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, I guess so. He says, well, here's how movies work. The difference between a movie and a book. In a book, you write all the characters, you write the story, and you're in charge of it all. You are the person that runs it all. You're in charge of knowing everything. In a movie, you write a script, and the people in the movie are in charge of telling your story. So this guy, you write, he's a plumber. So he goes and he talks to plumbers and he finds out things about plumbers, and he may put a plumber's loop in his pocket. And only plumbers will know what that's for, but he went and found that out. And that's something you don't even know. So he's walking around the movie with a plumber's loop in his pocket where everybody can see it. And you're wondering, like, where the hell did that came from? No, he went and he learned and he found out, and he knows how to tell that part of your story, because for him, his responsibility is to tell the story from the aspect of the script that you gave him, and now it becomes his. So I want to point out to you, Dragon, that when you write a script in a movie, everybody owns the story. It's when you write a book, only you own the story. So now you're writing something that gives everybody license to tell the story in a particular way from the education and their experiences and what they know about each part of the script, and it becomes a group effort. And this is what I say about a motorcycle club. When you have a motorcycle club, you have a script, a story, a movie that's being told by everybody. If you want to be your own chief, fiefdom, king, potentate, dictator, strongman, strong guy, then you have your own little group. You ride around. You ride around with yourself as your group. You ride around with no lone wolf, no club. That's what you are. But when you decide to be in a motorcycle club and you invite us all into it and you give us some bylaws and you say the bylaws are the script, and we take this script and we all own it, we're all telling the story. So if you're in a motorcycle club and you let one person take over your damn motorcycle club and run half of the people away and put himself in a position where he cannot be touched, and you guys cannot look at him and say, you are the hell out of here, then you are the weaklings. You are the weaklings if you let somebody chase you out of your MC. You're the weakling if you let somebody take over your MC. And you're the weakling if you let somebody make you be quiet and destroy your bylaws in the face of everyone, as though this stuff doesn't exist and everybody's standing around like the king who wears no clothes. And that's what should happen when you get to a point where the president needs to be corrected or he needs to be gotten rid of. You got to have the strength and character to say, I'm a full patch brother in full standing and good standing. I'm a full patch brother in good standing, and you're not fixing to do that to me. That's my 2 cents.
Okay. So we have established what I call within my church, and we actually have it in the ministry, an accountability board. More in the church. And the accountability board, like, okay, let me just say about my church. And if I do something outside the Bible, blah, 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 the rules and laws, nobody in the church can kick me out, because that kills the schisms and the little plots for people within the church. The big family come in, we're gonna remove the pastor. But the accountability board stands outside the church, and they only look at the issue. So, and they come in, we have given authority for them to come in and say, look, you either sit down and repent, blah, 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 or we have the authority that you have given us to remove you. I have adopted that within our ministry, our motorcycle ministry, that there's accountability, that if anybody, the leadership has did something against the bylaws, not protocol, but the bylaws, and is harming the ministry or harming the MC or harming the RC, that there is something written to remove that individual, no matter what power or what title that they hold, because there's a consensus that you are harming the vision, the mission, whatever, the goals of this organization, whether it be MC, RCs, social club, or what have you. So I don't know if a lot of MCs have that type of thing written in their bylaws, but that actually helps out when you have that. You don't have a president that's going to destroy the whole club, because that person can be removed because they're violating whatever said bylaws are.
Amen. Okay,
that's his 2 cents. That's my 3 cents.
So we're at our hour. I've got to get out of here and go to court. And
oh yeah, well, you go to jail.
And figure out what this damn dog is going to cost me. Hey man, don't take in a stray pit bull, whatever you do. No, I don't mean that.
And I ain't taking no strays at all. Definitely ain't gonna be no animal.
I don't mean don't take it straight. Stray pit bulls need love too. Where are you, Tank? Tank. Tank. You getting ready to cost me a mint, bro.
All right, Warren Bruce. Yeah, that's what we have.
I mean, this is you with your bad ass. This right here is you. This is you, bad dog.
Lavish, since he's talking to his dog, you have your. He had 2, I had 3 cents. You got your 4 cents. Lavish can't hear me.
You said no. I can hear you. Said what about my 4 cents?
Yeah, I said he had his 2 cents. I gave my 3 cents. Do you have your 4 cents?
Yeah. Shoot, but yeah, man, I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and get out of here as well, man. I've been out here moving and grooving, taking care of business on the podcast. Huh?
Yeah, so you don't have anything final things you want to say about today's subject? Is what he was asking you.
Oh, that's what he was asking me. No, man, one thing about this bike stuff, man, being a biker, like you had said, we was talking about people knowing you and not knowing the rest of your club. Well, you got to come out, man. You got to talk to people, man. So I'm saying that to say this: you can't see Lavish out if you ain't out.
I knew.
I like that.
Because you get so many people, man. They say what you're not doing or where they ain't see you at, but you got to be there in order to see you.
Look, I try to hold that back.
That
was like one of those indirect shots fired, statements. You got to be out. You got to be outside to see Lavish, because Lavish is outside, but Lavish don't see you. So of course you can't see me if you ain't at the places that Lavish is at.
Look, I tell when we get to talk about riding and we get to cracking on each other, it's a logic. We don't see you around anymore. I said, catch me at exit 234. Where is that at the end of the state going into the other state?
Somebody just asked me that yesterday, day before, maybe it was a day or two ago. Black Dragon, when are we, with all due respect, when are we going to see you riding again? And we haven't seen you ride in years, and that's just really not true. It hasn't been years since I've ridden. It's probably been about 9 months since I
don't know about that. This is already the 7th month in the year. We've been doing this podcast for a while. I don't know if those numbers add up.
Okay, so it was October of last year. Okay, so however many months that is. It ain't October yet, so it ain't a year. Yeah.
Hey, it's your story, man. It's your story. It's your story.
It ain't been a year.
Tell it. It's your story.
Well, I haven't ridden since October. I can say that.
We got a pastor on the show. We got a pastor on the show.
He ain't lying, so he's good.
I know. I'm just saying. You in the presence of the Lord. The man of the cloth. So I'm just saying. You gotta be truthful.
Let me be truthful. I may never ride again. So, and I got my motorcycles down there. I get to
see.
I'd
rather you say that than talk about that you be riding.
And
yeah, I got my motorcycles down there. I'll go rub on them. I remember I pissed one of my I pissed Chris Leach off. Chris called me and said, "How dare you say I don't ride? I see the dust on your motorcycle." I said, "Oh shit! I am gonna I will not do another video with dust on my."
Look. While you playing, I went into the garage one time and I saw, this was on the V-Rod though, I saw a spider web on the back tire. I said, oh man, I haven't ridden this V-Rod in forever. There's spider web on my back tire. So I had to get the V ride all hooked up and started riding her locally.
I'll tell you guys, I will ride again when I feel it. I was absolutely decimated by many of the things that happened to me, and I lost the feeling. I really have a good time walking around with my
I'd
dog.
rather you say that kind of stuff than talk that baloney about you riding. I can take
Boy,
that versus
boy,
the
I still
baloney you
ride.
talk.
Don't play with me, son. You'll
Just
make me
ride, not if,
you make me want to come.
if
You make me want to. All that noise you be talking make me want to.
Here they go again, guys. Here they go again. You know,
Huh?
y'all see. There's a
I'm
reason
just
why I'm in the
saying, man,
middle. There's a reason why I'm in the middle.
I'm giving the guy a little bit of grace.
These two.
He already said he ain't rolled since last October, which I'm sure it's been longer than that. And the
Maybe
guy
it has.
still want to talk. I say, hey, I would rather you say that versus you still be you ride and you a rider. I would rather a guy say I just ain't
am a
feeling
rider.
it.
How do you
So
not
I'm
be
gonna
a
tell a guy
rider?
to go with their first mind.
How do you not? But there are so many videos of me riding for years. If I stop
We ain't
riding
talking
right
about that
now,
old stuff.
am I no longer a rider? Is that what happens? I am not the great black dragon who is ridden
We ain't
across
talking
the
about
country.
nothing what's the word I'm looking at? Prehistoric. Talking about current stuff, man.
That's why I quit even trying. That's why I quit even trying, because no matter what you do, my bro, somebody's not going to be happy with it. So
no matter what you do.
Yeah. You know, it was a boxer out here that at one point in time, he was the champ. And then another champ
they
came.
still call him champ, though. They still call him champ.
They do.
Yeah.
Can you not
They
call
called Muhammad Ali the champ until he passed away.
Yeah, still champ.
Yeah, but he still can't talk about what he. Oh, I was the champ. Couldn't nobody do this? Blah blah blah. I got more.
Now watch this.
You might have had more than that, but you still got knocked out.
But watch this. There are champs. There are people that were champs that took the rhetoric and let people that say, well, you can't do it no more, get in their head, come out of retirement and hurt their doggone image. So if you're retired, stay retired.
Yeah, I agree with that. But the stuff Black Dragon talk about riding, I ain't trying to hear all that.
I'm just gonna have to just go ride this young man into the ground somewhere, and get my respect back. It can happen.
I can't even get him to go to the gas station.
You can't even show up to meet Reef for breakfast somewhere, and you talking about riding.
I tell you what
I'm
you do,
man,
Black Dragon,
I'm injured, sir.
Put the word legend behind your name.
Now,
watch this now, because I'm against this. When people call each other, we call each other legends. I started reevaluating why I call people legends. And I'm like, and you say, these are living legend. I said, okay, so what have they done to make them a living legend? Now, if you've done all this stuff, okay, do we look up to you? That's great. That's wonderful. Now, no one can touch your legacy.
Well, I'm a legend. It just ain't a good legend. It ain't a good legend. It depends on who you ask.
I'm not going to be a legend until I go home.
Strong Brave keeps coming on to my show with this nonsense. Different clubs, different protocol, different chapters, different rules. Citizens don't need to know this. I'm not a 1%er, man. I'm in a 99% motorcycle club, and we talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about.
But what is he saying? But what is he saying?
But here's the thing. Ain't no citizens watching this show. People who watch this show watch motorcycle stuff. Are in motorcycle clubs. The average citizen doesn't give a damn about a motorcycle club. So the citizens of the world ain't out here watching the show and figuring out from Black Dragon what's going on. And there are 400 of us out here doing this. So go on all those guys' shows and talk this noise.
Okay. Now can I reply? Not you did that.
No.
Let me reply. Strong Brave. That what we talked about today can go outside of the MC. It can go into any organization where there's any president. It doesn't have to remain in the MC. I spoke about my church. So that's out of the MC. My church has nothing to do with motorcycle riding. So it's not, and there's no secrets being spoken here. There's no internal secrets. Okay, I'm done.
No, you're just not allowed to speak about anything. You got to be quiet because somebody else said so. You can't. Yeah, nobody needs to know this outside of the club. Well, obviously, people outside. If that was the case, nobody in a club would even turn this on. Everybody be like, there would be crickets. We wouldn't have but believe me, 107 people watching is nowhere near an internet shutdown. If we had 2 million people watching right now, it'd be a different thing. 104 people, 106 people right now, 29 likes.
All right, man, let's go, man, so you can go to court.
Let's not be in contempt of court. I already got a
right. Let's go. Lavish do his outro.
Okay, yeah.
I'll say goodbye. Outro.
Hey man, y'all just make sure y'all be in Detroit, man, August 29th to the 31st for the Lavish Biker Bash, man. You know, that's all I'm saying. Make sure you're in Detroit. You got your custom bike. You got you. I don't need that music stuff. I'm acapella. Yeah, don't give me that music stuff. You're killing my vibe with it, man.
I'm sorry. I just want to kill your raggedy ass vibe. Go ahead.
So, yeah, August 29th to the 31st, man. If you got them custom motorcycles, you into come on, we got a bike show, a sound competition show going on. We got a party Saturday night. We got a meet and greet Friday at Fridays on Friday, and we also got the after party over at my motorcycle club, the Boogie Down Motorcycle Club Detroit, which is the mother chapter, and it's gonna be a great time. Something to do Labor Day weekend, so you got 3 days off. You got 3 days off that weekend, so you know, come on out, especially if you're already in the Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, New York area. You're close. You can do a turn and burn and come on out. You can get the information on my social media pages. Everything is Lavish T. Williams, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all Lavish T. Williams, man. So come on out and give me some love. Show me some love and support.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. And now we'll let the preacher get out of here.
On the channel a few years ago.
Yo, what's up, everyone? This is your boy Logic. Hey, thank y'all for joining us today. We hope something was said to help you presidents out there. If you don't know, go find somebody to teach you. And if you do know, teach those that's up under you. When you get out on twos, when you're on your way to Lavish Biker Bash, remember these words: ride hard, ride safe, and always, always ride on faith. And keep it logical. Peace.
Lavish, why weren't you on the thing, man? Where's your finger at, man? You need to put your Logic finger up. Why you? What, man? Can we get the proper things?
Yeah.
Why you can't follow the protocol?
Yeah, all that Lavish. I'm driving.
That's a lot. All right, you guys take it easy, man. I appreciate both of you, brothers. Thank you so much. All right, bye-bye. Hey, and it's your boy Black Dragon, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Please consider our channel membership and make sure to get my newest book, Motorcycle Club Protocol 101, Motorcycle Club Protocol 101. Learn the social construct of motorcycle clubs, life, rules, traditions, history, politics, and modus operandi. I promise you there's nothing in here that we can't talk about. Available at blackdragonsgear.com, Amazon, and Kindle. So make sure to get your copy today. I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. I would love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Thanks for tuning in, and get skinny. I'm out. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.
He's on YouTube.
Prepare yourself to take.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospect's Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.
If you are seeking clarity about issues stemming from problems or crises occurring within your motorcycle club, then set up a consultation with Black Dragon. Black Dragon has over 30 years of experience in the motorcycle club world, having served as a national president of the 50-year-old Black Sabbath MC Nation for nearly 10 years. Black Dragon is a veteran negotiator, skilled in crisis management, conflict resolution, inter-club issues, press conferences, and club reputation management. You can set up an appointment to speak with him by phone at clarity.fm/black-dragon. Get the clarity you deserve to help make your MC the best place it can possibly be.
Banter is definitely a big issue for you too. But I'm going to talk about the 99s for a minute. What's up, Mama Ro? I'm going to talk about the 99s for a minute and what our responsibilities are and what we need to think about. Because if you don't really know what's going on the set, you can find yourself in kind of a precarious predicament if you make the wrong kind of moves or do the wrong kind of things when this kind of stuff goes. So, when most percenters get into a war with one another, what should 99%ers do? Here's 10 things you should know. Thing number 1, stay in your lane. Find a corner and put your motorcycle club in it. If you're a president, you want to find a corner and put your motorcycle club in it. What I mean is, the set can be volatile. It can be very dangerous. And when you have that kind of thing going on, this set's not safe. So, as a 99%er motorcycle club, what you want to find is yourself in your business, in your lane, while all of the fancy stuff gets handled on other levels.
Yeah, you heard that, didn't you? On other levels. Tried to tell you suckers, Black Dragon is the man. The Black Dragon is the man. A real OG, bona fide, certified, a true MC. The biker boys, the biker boys. It's in the house, most definitely. Blow the whistle for Black Dragon Biker TV. That's right, I said Biker TV. See, one day, young Dragon made his way out the Navy to become a prospect. Some people thought he was crazy, but 5 years later, hard work became a habit. He became the president of the mighty Black Savage Nation. MCs, y'all, respectfully. Black Dragon, Black Savage, MC. That's right, y'all. Give it a thumbs up. Black Dragon's Biker TV at his best. Oh yeah, and don't forget to get his prospect Bible book. So proud of him. Man, he just don't know. He's a real legend. And y'all know it, and I know it. That's right, Black Dragon. That's right. Glad I met you, my friend. Black Dragon. I'm the Midnight Ghost Rider. Dub V, y'all. Love you, Black Dragon. Peace. And get skinny. Like and share. Goodbye.